All right, Anita, thank you for that. Well, today the family of Andrew Brown Jr. gathered at a church in Elizabeth City, North Carolina to say farewell for his funeral. The 42-year-old father was shot and killed by sheriff's deputies nearly 2 weeks ago. Since then, there have been a series of protests, peaceful protests, with people demanding more transparency into the police investigation. Reverend Greg Drumwright is among those who has been on the front lines. He joins us now. And the first thing I want to say to you, Reverend Drumwright, is express my condolences on behalf of the World Tonight and BNC to the Brown family. And to all of those who are serving on the front lines and calling for justice in this case, what have the last several days been like for you and the others?
They have been unpredictable as the family waits for transparency and accountability in Andrew Brown's case. It seems like the district attorney is skedaddling around actually offering the family what they've been demanding since the moment that they realized that there were body cam footage available for Andre's death. The community here, however, is pressing forward. As a matter of fact, applying pressure is what I would call it. The community here has been dealing with this type of lack of transparency and this assault on the over-criminalization of Black bodies for some time. Largely peaceful. There are no buildings burning in Elizabeth City. There are no storefronts, glass that has been damaged. There are no fires. It's all a social justice outcry, largely peaceful.
And it's one that's largely peaceful because it's being done from a faith perspective. You have Reverend William Barber, yourself, and so many others there in that community. It's a tight-knit community there in that part of eastern North Carolina. And for those who aren't familiar with this part of this country, tell us more about the dynamic between residents and law enforcement officers, please.
The dynamic is very tense. It is a dynamic that has lived on since the law enforcement was the slave patrol. Here in the South, that dynamic presents itself in very bold ways around cases just like Andrew Brown. As a matter of fact, there are victims of other families that have shown up here in Elizabeth City to stand with this family because the lack of police transparency is commonplace throughout our state, as we have seen also throughout the country. And so that dynamic is playing out right now before the world once again. We remember that the Floyd family, the first official report that we got from the Minneapolis Police Department was that Mr. Floyd died because of a drug overdose. And we know now that he died because of a knee on his neck. And so what we're dealing with is the lack of transparency in these cases and the demonstration of how pattern and practice needs to be reformed in our law enforcement procedures and in the criminal justice system.
And certainly, to your point, the national dialogue is about police reform when it comes to matters of systemic racial issues. Even the President of the United States calling for that, for the George Floyd Policing Act to be passed by May 25th, which of course would be the year anniversary since that time that George Floyd passed. I'm curious to know, what is the local police department doing right that the sheriff's office isn't, or are they both complicit in some way?
Well, let me say the system is complicit. The system of law enforcement, that blue line of silence, is actually still very much intact. However, the police chief here, Chief Buffalo, the city manager here, Freeman, they have actually been standing in lock and step with the organizing and activism community, as well as the Brown family, because this happened in the jurisdiction of the local police. However, Chief Buffalo was not even notified that there was going to be a warrant served in his jurisdiction. And so the
Hmm.
citizens, the residents here are really grateful for the work of the police that have been covering these protesters, that have been actually escorting these protesters through the streets. I was out one night past the curfew, and the police did not arrest a protester for several hours past the curfew. And so this is a different dynamic than we have seen in other parts of the country. And I'll tell you, that has meant a lot to the Brown family and the organizers on the streets.
And certainly, Reverend Greg Drumwright, it sounds very encouraging that you at least have that olive branch between the police department and the protesters who are out there. Dr. King says the moral arc of the universe bends towards justice. We will see as you continue to stay on the front lines. Thank you, sir. We'll be right back with more of The World Tonight in a moment.